welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we are going to talk about the cruise ship buffet. So the first thing I want to mention about the cruise ship buffet is I know it's really tempting to go straight to the buffet as soon as you embark on your cruise ship because you're tired, it's probably been a long day and you're hungry. But the thing you need to keep in mind is everyone is instructed to go to the buffet. Like the leaders of the cruise ship tell all the crew members to direct all the passengers that are coming on to the buffet, which means, yes, it's going to be crowded. But there are always other places that you can eat on the cruise ship. They don't just have the buffet open unless it's a really small ship. So what I would suggest doing is when you get on board and that crew member comes up to you and says, go to the buffet, ask them which other venues are open for food and drink, because there will be other venues that not many people know about. So you will get served faster, you'll probably get better food. And a lot of the time, speciality restaurants do free food on embarkation day because they know that everyone wants to come on board and eat. During your cruise, try not to take any food out of the buffet, meaning don't go into the buffet, get a plate of food and then take it out to the pool. That's not what it's meant for. The food served in the buffet is meant to be eaten in the buffet. There will be other eateries around the ship that are designed for you to get some food and walk around the ship with it. Reason being, the buffet usually has certain cutlery, certain plates that need to stay within that environment. So when you take a plate of food out to the pool area and you finish it, there's a load of crew members being like, where's this plate from? Where are we supposed to take this? And also, of course, if you're walking around with a plate of food, there is always a chance that you're going to bump into someone, food's going to spill everywhere, maybe you're going to spill food on another passenger, which isn't going to be great for them. So although it can sometimes be tempting, if you want to get food and walk around the ship with it, there are going to be other eateries to get food from for that purpose. If you're getting food in the buffet, you need to eat it in the buffet. So most people eat in the buffet for breakfast, lunch, but they maybe go to a speciality restaurant or the main dining room for dinner. And the people that choose to have dinner in the buffet as well are usually the people that don't want to stick to a dress code. So although there isn't a specific dress code for the buffet, as in you can go in your shorts, you can even go in your swimwear, you do need to cover up. So you need a sarong, you need a little dress. For a man, you know, if you're in your trunks, you need to have a t-shirt. You can't just go in there in your swimwear, especially if you've just got out the pool and you're dripping wet. One, if you're dripping water all over the floor, it's a hazard. People could slip over. And secondly, it doesn't matter how many abs you have. Not everyone wants to see you naked, especially when they're eating. You know, you've got to be considerate of the fact that there are many other cultures, religions, and just people on there. And they might not want to see a half-naked body while they're trying to eat their fish fingers. You have to wash your hands. Now, most of you know this who have been on a cruise before. There will always be a crew member stood outside with hand sanitizer, or there will be washing stations outside. And the amount of people that just like walk by and just try and like get away with it. And it's like, why? Like, why don't you want to wash your hands before you go to the buffet? If it's because, you know, you get dry skin after using soap, then it is your responsibility to carry some hand cream around with you. Like, there's no excuse. Because what did we learn from 2020? Yes, it is that things spread like wildfire on a cruise ship. If one person has an illness, it only takes them, you know, touching a railing or two, and then two other people touch that exact same spot. And what do you know? A whole host of people are ill on their vacation. So you need to wash your hands to, yes, protect yourself, but also protect everyone else. People don't want to get sick on their vacation. So do everyone a favour and just sanitize your goddamn hands. If you end up on a mass cruise line or one of the larger cruise ships, what you will find is these buffets will have two sides to them because there are obviously so many people that need feeding. Usually, each side will serve exactly the same thing, but when I went on Cunard, I found that actually one side served pasta and the other side served pizza, but I'd already got some pasta before I'd even saw that pizza was available. So what I'm going to say is make sure, especially if it's your first day, scout out the whole buffet, see where they serve different options, because it happens quite a lot. People get to like the end of the cruise and they come, well, to me or another crew member, and they're like, I didn't even realise that was being served. I didn't even realise that was an option until the last day of the cruise. So make sure you scout everything out properly, because it is really disheartening when you get to the end of your cruise and you're like, I could have been eating that the whole week. Who knew? And also, if you do a little scout out before you get your plate and you're actually choosing your food, it means that you're not holding other people up, because there is nothing worse than you're going to get your food and you've got this person stood in front of you with their plate just kind of looking at the chicken wings like, move, get out the way. There are people who know they want the chicken wings. You need to make this decision before you get to the chicken wings. I do just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for being here and watching this video. And if you do like this channel, then please consider subscribing if you have not already, and liking this video if you're feeling really generous. People watching in a cruise buffet is truly a sport. Like, it is one of my favourite things to do, because the amount that people can consume, because, you know, they want to get their money's worth. And hey, I'm all about getting my money's worth. I do not blame you. But just seeing the amount of food that people consume on a cruise vacation is wild. But unfortunately, like, it does normally lead to a lot of food waste. Like, trust me, there are some people who go up for their 5th plate and they eat every goddamn thing on that plate. But, you know, a lot of people, most of us, our eyes are bigger than our belly. We get too much food, we leave it, and yes, it leads to a lot of food waste. Now, cruise lines are really like cranking down on that. You'll find that in most buffets, there are crew members behind the buffet line that will actually serve you. But all I would say is, you're in the buffet and you know what? You can go up as many times as you want to. So just get as much as you need at the time. I know this seems silly and I know it seems simple, but just trust me. Like, it's better to go up 5 times and have a little bit every time than go up twice, but, you know, have an absolutely mountain of food that you just can't get through. And also, I'm not being funny, you don't want to overload yourself with the food that is on offer in the buffet, because again, on these huge cruise ships, there are so many eateries that are on offer. So you might want to have a little something in the buffet, but then have a little something in the cafe, or have a little something in one of the open restaurants by the pool. I mean, I'm all about trying everything, so I would rather have a little bit in every location than just absolutely annihilate my digestive system in the buffet. But hey, each to their own. Sometimes you can get to the buffet line and you can see that the dish you actually want doesn't have any tongs available, and it can be really tempting to just use the tongs that are in the peas for the chicken. You know what I'm trying to say. Use the wrong tongs for that dish, but I really urge you not to, just because there's a lot of people who have allergies, dietary restrictions, you name it, and you simply using the wrong tongs for that dish could actually cause them a lot of issues. So it's always worth just saying to a crew member, hey, can I have some tongs for this specific dish? And they will absolutely get those for you. And I know it can be annoying because you might have to wait a little bit longer, but you could be genuinely like saving someone their cruise, because someone could get really ill from you just using the wrong tongs. I found that the general consensus is people assume that when they go on a cruise vacation, they're going to gain weight. Like, it's just inevitable. But like everything, it is completely your choice. And people also think that in the cruise ship buffet, there is just going to be pasta, pizza, fries, you know, all the unhealthy options available. But genuinely, in every buffet that I've ever been to, there is always a fantastic salad option. There's always healthy options, fish, chicken, different meats, etc. And especially if you go on, I guess, more health conscious cruises like Virgin Voyages, cruise lines like Virgin Voyages, I mean, you're going to have a whole host of healthy options on there. So if you are considering going on a cruise, but you're a bit of a healthy eater and you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to get on with the food, you will be absolutely fine. There really is something for everyone. You know, if someone just wants to eat pizza for the whole cruise, they can do that. If someone wants to continue on their health journey and eat salad for the whole cruise, you will have that option. If you have just finished a plate full of food and you do decide that you want to go back up for more, Do not take the plate that you have just finished up with you. You always want to get a fresh plate, a fresh cup. Again, this is just going to help with the hygiene aspect of the buffet. And I know you might be thinking it's going to make more washing up for the crew members. Trust me, they would rather do the washing up than have an illness spread across the cruise ship. And believe it or not, it can happen from something as simple as that. But those are just a few tips about cruise ship buffets. I hope you find them helpful. If you have another tip, something I didn't mention, or anything nasty that you've seen happen in the cruise ship buffet, please let us know down below. I really appreciate you watching this video, and any feedback you have got for me, I really want to hear it. And if you have any questions, any video suggestions, you know the drill. You can message me on Instagram at Cruising as Crew, or you can leave it down below in the comments section. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic few days ahead, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.